Positive affirmations are a powerful tool to reprogram our minds and achieve our goals. By repeating phrases that reflect our aspirations, we create a mental environment that is conducive to success and self-realization. Affirmations help change our mindset, reinforcing positive beliefs and behaviors that allow us to face challenges with greater confidence and resilience. In this session, we will present a series of positive affirmations inspired by The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. This book, known for its deep analysis of the dynamics of power, offers valuable lessons on how to navigate a competitive and intrigue-filled world. The affirmations we have developed are based on the teachings of each of these laws, adapting them so you can internalize and apply them in your daily life. These affirmations will help you cultivate strategic skills, improve your relationships, and strengthen your character to become an influential and powerful person. I recognize and respect the wisdom of those who guide me. I act discreetly and do not seek to be the center of attention. I use my intelligence to support and strengthen my leaders. I value and learn from the successes of others without envying them. My humility opens doors and wins me allies. I act tactfully and avoid overshadowing those in positions of power. I use sincere admiration as a tool for connection. I understand that my value multiplies by elevating others. My respectful conduct strengthens my professional relationships. I find security in my ability to collaborate rather than compete. I maintain a healthy balance in all my relationships. I use prudence and discernment when trusting others. I transform rivalry into a source of personal growth. I learn valuable lessons from those who challenge me. My emotional intelligence guides my relationship decisions. I use constructive criticism to improve my skills. I keep my allies close and my opponents even closer. I value transparency and avoid false loyalties. I turn competition into motivation to surpass myself. I maintain my emotional and professional independence. I plan my actions with discretion and strategy. I use caution to protect my interests. My intentions remain hidden until the right moment. I act prudently and do not reveal my plans prematurely. Discretion is my ally in achieving my goals. I use patience to ensure the success of my projects. My moves are calculated and purposeful. I stay calm and let my actions speak for themselves. Surprise is a powerful tool in my arsenal. I cultivate the ability to read others without being read. My words are careful and full of meaning. I use silence as a tool of power and reflection. My words inspire and motivate with precision. I speak with intention and avoid trivial chatter. My strategic silence grants me respect and authority. The brevity of my words increases their impact. I listen more than I speak, constantly learning. My conversations are direct and meaningful. I use the economy of language to maintain control. I let my actions speak louder than my words. My integrity is the foundation of all my actions. I maintain my reputation with diligence and care. My actions reflect my values and principles. Honesty and transparency are my guides. I value my good name and defend it firmly. I act in ways that inspire trust and respect. My ethical behavior strengthens my position. I maintain consistency between what I say and what I do. I protect my reputation as my greatest asset. I cultivate a positive and authentic image in all my interactions. My creativity makes me stand out in any situation. I use my originality to capture attention and be remembered. I present myself with confidence and charisma in all my activities. The boldness of my actions distinguishes me from the rest. I use drama and theatrics to make an impact. My presence is magnetic and attractive. My innovative ideas position me as a leader. Every day I seek ways to be unique and memorable. My enthusiasm and energy are contagious to those around me. I take every opportunity to demonstrate my value and talent. I delegate intelligently and recognize others' efforts. I use my team's skills to achieve success. I am a leader who inspires and motivates my team. My achievements reflect collaboration and teamwork. I value and celebrate everyone's contributions. I build relationships based on mutual respect and admiration. My leadership is based on trust and effective delegation. I recognize that success is the result of collective effort. I foster a positive and collaborative work environment. I leverage others' strengths to improve my results. I project confidence and attract opportunities to myself. I use my personal magnetism to draw what I desire. My presence and charisma are irresistible. Opportunities come to me because I deserve them. I attract people and resources that help me achieve my goals. I am a reference person, and others seek my advice. My skills and talents make me desired and valued. I use patience and strategy to position myself favorably. I attract success and prosperity with my positive attitude. I am a magnet for opportunities and personal growth. My actions speak louder than my words. I demonstrate my value through concrete results. I act with efficiency and determination in everything I do. My achievements are proof of my ability and commitment. I prefer to show results rather than engage in discussions. Every action I take brings me closer to my goals. My exemplary behavior inspires others. I act with integrity and consistency in all my decisions. My successes reflect my effort and dedication. Action is my primary language and my tool of power. I surround myself with positive and successful people. I maintain relationships that uplift and inspire me. I consciously choose the people I spend my time with. I avoid negative influences that can drag me down. My environment is full of positive energy and mutual support. I learn from those who have successfully overcome their challenges. I focus on joy and well-being in all my interactions. I am selective with my associations to protect my energy. I cultivate friendships that motivate me to be better every day. My social circle reflects my positive values and aspirations. I develop unique skills that make me indispensable. My knowledge and experience make me a valuable resource. I cultivate relationships based on mutual dependency. I am a reliable source of support and problem solving. My presence is essential for the success of the projects I participate in. I use my talent to create value in every opportunity. I inspire confidence and reliability in those around me. My contribution is indispensable in any team. My problem-solving ability makes me invaluable. I maintain my relevance by being indispensable to others. I use sincerity to gain others' trust. My generosity is strategic and builds loyalty. I act with honesty to disarm and attract people. My integrity allows me to build strong and lasting relationships. Generosity opens doors and creates opportunities for me. I use honesty to gain respect and admiration. My generous actions strengthen my reputation. I use transparency as a tool for connection. Strategic generosity is part of my success. I act with authenticity and generosity in all my interactions. I understand others' motivations and use them strategically. I offer tangible benefits that align with others' interests. My proposals always consider the well-being of everyone involved. I use empathy to connect and persuade. My negotiations are based on mutual benefit. I appeal to others' needs and desires to achieve my goals. I use self-interest as a tool of influence. My agreements are fair and beneficial for all parties. I create strategic alliances based on shared interests. I use my understanding of self-interest to foster cooperation. I gather valuable information without revealing my true intentions. I use discretion to gain strategic advantages. My relationships are my source of knowledge and power. I act with cunning and caution in my interactions. I use observation to gain critical information. I keep my intentions hidden while collecting data. My espionage skills allow me to always stay a step ahead. I use gathered intelligence to strengthen my position. I am a master in the art of discretion and surveillance. Information is my most powerful weapon, and I use it wisely. I act with determination and leave no loose ends. I eliminate threats at their root to ensure my security. I act firmly to neutralize my opponents. I am relentless in protecting my interests. Complete victory is my goal in every confrontation. I leave no room for my adversary's revenge. My strength and resolve lead me to total triumph. I show no mercy to those who seek to harm me. I use decisive strategies to ensure my success. The complete elimination of threats is my priority. My absence increases my value and appreciation. I know when to withdraw to be more valued. Strategic distance strengthens my presence. I use scarcity to create desire and respect. My absence is a tool to increase my influence. The rarity of my presence makes me more memorable. I use tactical withdrawal to increase my power. I am aware of the value of mystery and apply it strategically. Calculated absence reinforces my position. My return is always awaited and appreciated by others. My unpredictability keeps others on alert. I use surprise as a tool of power. I act so that others cannot anticipate my moves. Uncertainty about my actions gives me an advantage. I use the strategy of suspended terror to maintain control. My unpredictable behavior keeps my rivals off balance. Surprise is my ally in the conquest of power. My ability to unsettle gives me a dominant position. I use the tactic of terror to ensure my dominance. The uncertainty I create always puts me in an advantageous position. I stay in touch with my surroundings and avoid isolation. Social interaction keeps me informed and protected. My openness to the world strengthens me. I act with transparency and avoid hiding. Mobility and adaptation are my allies in protection. My constant presence keeps me vigilant and prepared. I use strategic socialization to ensure my safety. I avoid the trap of fortresses and remain flexible. Continuous interaction with others strengthens my position. I am always aware of what is happening around me to better protect myself. I carefully evaluate people before acting. I never underestimate my opponents and am always prepared. I research and understand others' motivations. My knowledge of others gives me a strategic advantage. I act with caution and discernment in all my relationships. I use information to anticipate others' moves. I thoroughly analyze my adversaries before confronting them. My keen perception allows me to identify true intentions. I am aware of the dangers of trusting appearances. I use my understanding of people to make informed decisions. I maintain my independence and avoid restrictive alliances. My freedom is my greatest strength, and I protect it zealously. I act autonomously and am not easily influenced. I keep my options open and am flexible in my decisions. I use the strategy of non-commitment to maintain control. My neutrality allows me to adapt to any situation. I cultivate relationships without emotional attachments. My independence grants me power and respect. I act with prudence and avoid unnecessary commitments. I maintain my freedom of action at all times. I use underestimation to my advantage and surprise with my true capability. I act intelligently behind an innocent facade. My apparent naivety allows me to gain valuable information. I use the tactic of the fool to disarm my opponents. The underestimation of others gives me a strategic advantage. I use the perception of weakness as a tool of power. My ability to play the naive places me in a strong position. I act with cunning and strategy to catch the unsuspecting. Surprise is my most powerful weapon against underestimation. I use apparent naivety to execute my plans successfully. I strategically withdraw to gain an advantage in the future. I transform weakness into a position of power. I use surrender as a tactic to disarm my opponents. Calculated retreat allows me to plan my next move. I act with humility to gain others' trust. Surrender is a tool that gives me control over the situation. I use the tactic of surrender to confuse my enemies. I act intelligently and cunningly in adverse situations. My ability to surrender strategically gives me an advantage. Apparent surrender allows me to prepare my future victory. I focus my resources on a clear and defined goal. Concentration of effort ensures my success. My determination and focus lead me to victory. I use my energy effectively to achieve my goals. I act with precision and concentration in all my actions. The focus of my efforts gives me a competitive advantage. My ability to concentrate forces allows me to overcome obstacles. I use the strategy of concentration to maximize my impact. My focus on a single goal allows me to achieve success. Concentrating my resources ensures my triumph. My manners and behavior reflect sophistication and cunning. I adapt to social circumstances with elegance. I act with discretion and tact in all my interactions. My courtly behavior earns me respect and admiration. I use diplomacy to handle complex situations. My ability to adapt to others gives me a social advantage. I act with elegance and grace in all my actions. Courtesy and respect are my trademarks. I use the strategy of the courtier to advance my goals. My refined behavior opens doors and opportunities for me. I constantly reinvent myself to stay relevant. Creativity and innovation are part of my identity. I use reinvention to adapt to changes. I act with flexibility and adapt to new circumstances. The ability to recreate myself gives me a competitive edge. My ability to reinvent myself keeps me always updated. I use innovation to stand out in my field. I act with creativity and originality in all my actions. Constant reinvention allows me to grow and evolve. I am a master in the art of recreating myself. I act discreetly and let others do the dirty work. My reputation remains intact and unblemished. I use prudence to maintain my public image. Keeping my hands clean earns me respect and admiration. I act with integrity and avoid compromising situations. I use the strategy of keeping my hands clean to protect myself. My reputation is my greatest asset, and I protect it zealously. I act intelligently to avoid problems and conflicts. Discretion is my ally in protecting my image. I maintain my reputation intact through careful actions. I inspire loyalty and commitment in those who follow me. I use symbols and rituals to strengthen my influence. I act with charisma and leadership to gain followers. The devotion I inspire grants me power and respect. I use the strategy of devotion to create a solid support base. My ability to inspire loyalty places me in a strong position. I act with passion and determination to motivate others. The near religious devotion I create strengthens my leadership. I use emotional influence to gain loyal followers. I inspire commitment and dedication in all those around me. Boldness and determination are my trademarks. I act with courage and confidence in every step I take. Boldness allows me to overcome any obstacle. I use courage to achieve my goals and objectives. I act decisively and without fear of consequences. Boldness places me in a position of advantage. My courage and determination lead me to success. I use the strategy of boldness to face challenges. I act with confidence and security in all my actions. Boldness and courage are my tools for triumph. My plans are carefully designed to foresee all contingencies. Anticipation and foresight guide all my actions. I plan every step to ensure my success. I use the strategy of planning to maximize my impact. My goals are clearly defined and organized. Detailed planning gives me a competitive advantage. I act with foresight and preparation in all my decisions. I use planning to minimize risks and maximize opportunities. My ability to plan all the way to the end ensures my success. Meticulous planning is the key to my triumph. My achievements seem natural and effortless. I use grace and ease in my actions to inspire admiration. I act with elegance and simplicity in all my activities. The appearance of ease increases the impact of my achievements. I use the strategy of simplicity to stand out. My results are a reflection of my skill and dedication. I act efficiently and effectively in all my tasks. The apparent ease of my achievements earns me respect and admiration. I use elegance and simplicity to achieve success. My actions reflect a combination of talent and effort. I present alternatives that always favor my interests. I use the strategy of controlling options to gain advantage. I act cunningly and planfully to manage others' decisions. My options always place me in a position of power. I use the manipulation of options to ensure my success. I act intelligently and strategically in all my decisions. Presenting options allows me to influence others. I use the strategy of alternatives to get what I want. I present options that always benefit me and ensure my success. My skills in controlling options place me in a dominant position. I use imagination to inspire and motivate others. I create experiences that capture people's minds and hearts. I use fantasy to make others' dreams feel attainable. I act creatively to turn fantasy into a powerful tool. I use the promise of a better future to gain followers. I create visions that inspire action and commitment. I use the magic of fantasy to elevate my proposals. I act innovatively to keep others' imaginations alive. The fantasy I offer becomes a motivating reality. I inspire others with visions full of possibilities and hope. I identify weaknesses and use them strategically. I use observation to find others' vulnerable points. My ability to discover weaknesses gives me a strategic advantage. I act intelligently and cunningly when exploiting vulnerabilities. I use knowledge of weaknesses to influence others. I act precisely to manipulate others' insecurities. My ability to identify weak points places me in a strong position. I use others' vulnerabilities to advance my goals. My ability to discover weaknesses ensures my control. I use the strategy of finding weak points to achieve my goals. I behave with dignity and authority in all my actions. My presence reflects confidence and greatness. I act with elegance and confidence to earn respect. I use the strategy of royalty to project power. My actions reflect secure and decisive leadership. I act with the majesty of a king in all my interactions. My royal behavior grants me a position of respect. I use the strategy of acting like a king to be treated like one. I inspire respect and admiration with my bearing and attitude. My presence and behavior reflect greatness and power. I act at the precise moment to maximize my impact. I use patience and time as my allies. My ability to wait for the right moment gives me an advantage. I act with precision and control in the use of time. I use the strategy of timing to surpass my opponents. I act calmly and deliberately to ensure my success. I use anticipation to plan my actions. My mastery of timing allows me to act with confidence. I act strategically to control the pace of events. I use time as a powerful tool on my path to success. I ignore what I cannot control and focus my energy on what is achievable. Indifference gives me an advantage over my opponents. I use the strategy of disdaining the unattainable to maintain my power. I act with detachment to avoid unnecessary distractions. I use the strategy of ignoring what I cannot have to focus on what I can. My ability to disdain the unattainable keeps me focused. I act intelligently by not pursuing what is out of my reach. I use indifference to maintain control over my emotions. My ability to disdain the unattainable grants me a strategic advantage. I use the strategy of ignoring what I cannot have to maintain my inner peace. I use drama and theatrics to capture attention. My presentations are unforgettable and impactful. I act creatively to create memorable experiences. I use the power of spectacles to inspire and motivate. My visual actions capture others' imaginations. I act boldly to create lasting impressions. I use the strategy of spectacles to increase my influence. My ability to create spectacles grants me a prominent position. I use theatrics to effectively convey my messages. I act grandly to leave an indelible impression. I adapt to social norms while maintaining my individuality. I use external conformity to act with internal freedom. I act prudently and discreetly in all my interactions. My ability to adapt to others grants me a social advantage. I use the strategy of conformity to maintain control. I act intelligently by following social rules while maintaining my beliefs. My conventional behavior allows me to operate undetected. I use social adaptation to advance my goals. I act cunningly to keep my true nature hidden. I use the strategy of behaving like others to act as I wish. I provoke emotional reactions in others to destabilize them. I remain calm and take advantage of others' confusion. I use the strategy of chaos to gain an advantage over my opponents. I act intelligently to maintain control in conflict situations. I use agitation to reveal others' true intentions. My ability to stay calm in chaos gives me a strategic advantage. I act precisely to take advantage of others' confusion. I use the strategy of stirring up waters to gain valuable information. I maintain emotional control in turbulent situations. I use the strategy of chaos to destabilize my adversaries and gain control. I pay for what I value and maintain my independence. I use strategic generosity to strengthen my position. I act with dignity and do not accept free favors. My financial independence earns me respect and power. I use the strategy of despising the free lunch to maintain control. I act prudently and avoid the traps of obligatory gratitude. My generosity allows me to gain allies and followers. I use the strategy of paying my way to maintain my autonomy. I act with integrity and do not accept what I have not earned. I use the strategy of generosity to create balanced and respectful relationships. I create my own path and style to stand out. My originality separates me from the shadow of predecessors. I use the strategy of differentiation to stand out. I act creatively and authentically in all my actions. My ability to innovate grants me a unique position. I use the strategy of avoiding imitation to be authentic. I act confidently in my uniqueness and abilities. I use originality to establish my own identity. My independent behavior allows me to excel. I use the strategy of originality to achieve success. I identify and neutralize the leaders of dissent. I act precisely to eliminate threats at their source. I use the strategy of striking the leader to dismantle opposition. My ability to identify leaders grants me a strategic advantage. I act with determination to secure my control. I use the strategy of eliminating the head to disorganize the group. My ability to neutralize leaders strengthens my position. I act cunningly to dismantle resistance. I use the strategy of striking the shepherd to scatter the sheep. My ability to eliminate threats at their source ensures my success. I conquer affection and loyalty through empathy and charisma. I use emotional manipulation to gain followers. I act with emotional intelligence to influence others. My ability to understand and connect with others' emotions gives me a strategic advantage. I use empathy to gain the trust and respect of those around me. I act with charisma and kindness to inspire and motivate others. My ability to work on hearts and minds allows me to build strong and lasting relationships. I use emotional intelligence to resolve conflicts and gain allies. I act sensitively and understandingly to influence others' decisions. The emotional connection I establish with others strengthens my leadership and authority. I use imitation to disarm my opponents and gain an advantage. I act intelligently to reflect others' actions and confuse them. My ability to use the mirror effect allows me to neutralize my adversaries. I use the strategy of imitation to infuriate and destabilize my enemies. I act cunningly to reflect others' weaknesses and expose them. My ability to disarm with the mirror effect gives me a competitive advantage. I use the strategy of imitation to gain information and control the situation. I act precisely to use the mirror effect as a tool of power. My ability to infuriate my opponents with the mirror effect strengthens my position. I use the strategy of imitation to maintain control and destabilize others. I introduce gradual changes to avoid resistance. I use the strategy of gradual reform to ensure acceptance. I act intelligently to balance change with tradition. My ability to implement gradual changes allows me to maintain control. I use the strategy of gradual reform to avoid opposition. I act cautiously to introduce improvements without provoking rejection. My ability to preach the need for change allows me to gain support. I use the strategy of moderate reform to maintain stability. I act prudently to ensure that changes are well received. Implementing gradual changes allows me to advance without facing significant resistance. I recognize and show my imperfections to connect with others. I use vulnerability as a tool to gain sympathy. I act humbly and accept my mistakes and flaws. My ability to show my weaknesses makes me more accessible and human. I use the strategy of imperfection to avoid envy and resentment. I act authentically and show my true nature. My ability to appear imperfect allows me to avoid negative attention. I use the strategy of imperfection to strengthen my relationships. I act simply and accept my limitations. My ability to show myself as an imperfect person allows me to gain the respect and admiration of others. I recognize when I have reached my goals and know when to stop. I use the strategy of moderation to ensure my long-term success. I act prudently and avoid excesses that could jeopardize my achievements. My ability to stop at the right moment allows me to consolidate my victories. I use the strategy of strategic withdrawal to maintain control. I act intelligently to avoid surpassing my limits and facing negative consequences. My ability to know when to stop gives me a competitive advantage. I use the strategy of moderation to maintain balance and stability. I act wisely to ensure that my successes are sustainable. My ability to recognize the right moment to stop allows me to ensure my long-term success. I adapt to changing circumstances with flexibility and agility. I use the strategy of adaptability to maintain control in any situation. I act creatively and fluidly to face unexpected challenges. My ability to be flexible allows me to overcome obstacles and achieve my goals. I use the strategy of formlessness to maintain my competitive edge. I act intelligently to adapt to the needs of the moment. My ability to be fluid and adaptable places me in a strong position. I use the strategy of flexibility to maintain balance and stability. I act with agility to respond to changes and seize opportunities. My ability to assume formlessness allows me to navigate successfully in a constantly changing world. Repeating these positive affirmations constantly or several times a day will help you internalize the teachings of the 48 Laws of Power. By doing so, you will reinforce your success mindset, increase your self-confidence, and improve your strategic skills to face any challenge. Make these affirmations a daily part of your routine and watch your life begin to transform. Listening to and repeating these affirmations will allow you to infuse your mind with powerful and positive thoughts, paving the way to prosperity and personal power. If you enjoyed this video, we invite you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Every time you interact with our content, you help more people discover these valuable teachings, and by doing so, you also attract blessings, prosperity, and great things into your life. Expressing gratitude through these actions not only supports our work but also connects you with a community of people who seek to grow and improve. Leave a comment and tell us how these affirmations are impacting your life. Remember that this video is also available in English, giving you the opportunity to learn or practice another language while benefiting from these powerful affirmations. You will find links to all versions in the video description. Additionally, we recommend getting the 48 Laws of Power in physical, digital, or audiobook format. Having the book will allow you to delve deeper into each law and apply them effectively in your daily life. You will find links to get the book in your preferred format in the video description. On our channel, we offer high-quality summaries in 3 formats. 1. A short 5-minute video summarizing the best books on personal growth, motivation, wealth, and entrepreneurship. Find the first video of the series in the video description. 2. A second video with an expanded and detailed summary of the book, including valuable resources such as action plans and to-do lists to put the book's teachings into practice. 3. A third video with positive affirmations like the one you just listened to internalize the knowledge while you go about your daily activities. We encourage you to watch the entire series of videos to deepen your knowledge of the book and grow personally, financially, and more. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you in the next video.